Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry it has been the longest hiatus. I promise that this month and going into 2024 we will not be doing that. I will be making more of an effort. Just as a quick update, things with my mom continue to develop. She now needs a lung transplant, so there's just been a lot of medical appointments, and that's where my priority obviously has been, is helping take care of her. So I haven't really had as much time. I have been actively reading, so don't let that. I haven't been in a slump, but I haven't been able to get on and film and everything. And just so you know my dedication this morning, I have the worst stomach cramps of my life because it is my period this week. But I am here because I want to get back into the things that I love and the things that I like doing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So just to preface this, between Black Friday and then my aunt came and visited. That's why I couldn't start anything at the beginning of December either. My aunt came and visited, which was nice. She hasn't been here since earlier in the spring. So she came to visit with my family and my mom. So that being said, I did get to pick out some books with her for Christmas, and then I have my own haul from Black Friday. So let's get into what I picked up myself. We'll do Black Friday first, and then there's a couple in there that I'm sure if you guys are fans of the series, you will recognize. So the first ones that I want to talk about that I picked up on Black Friday, I've been eyeing this series for probably like 2 to 3 months every time I go to Target. It's constantly been on my radar. It's constantly been something that I have wanted to read. And I was gonna have my dad buy them for me for Christmas, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna purchase them. So I ended up in Target for Black Friday. If you didn't participate in it, they were having a buy 2 get 1 free for books. So I did that, and I ended up getting the first 3 in a series. God, I hope I like them, because I never do that. I usually just buy one at a time to make sure that it's something I want to continue with and that I like. So I got the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy from Target by V.E. Schwab. If you didn't know, that's the author that wrote The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm currently in the middle of doing the audiobook version of that right now, which is something I never thought I'd say, because I have not been able to get into audiobooks probably until this past month. It's been a struggle for me. Usually my mind drifts, my mind wanders. I just have a harder time. But since Spotify added it with their premium, which I have obviously, yeah, I've been able to get into it a lot more now. So I have this one. The second one is called A Gathering of Shadows, and the third one is A Conjuring of Light. They really appealed to me, so I'll just read the back cover of the first one that's like kind of sparked my interest. It says, Kell is one of the last Antari, magicians with a rare coveted ability to travel between parallel Londons. Red, gray, white, and once upon a time, black. Kell was raised in Arns, Red London, and officially serves the Marish Empire as an ambassador, traveling between the frequent bloody regime changes in White London and the court of George III in the dullest of Londons, the one without any magic left to see. Unofficially, Kell is a smuggler, servicing people willing to pay for even the smallest glimpses of a world they'll never see. It's a defiant hobby with dangerous consequences, which Kell is now seeing firsthand. After an exchange goes awry, Kell escapes to Grey London and runs into Delilah Bard, a cut-purse with lofty aspirations. She first robs him, then saves him from a deadly enemy, and finally forces Kell to spirit her to another world for a proper adventure. Now perilous magic is afoot and treachery lurks at every turn. To save all of the worlds, they first need to stay alive. So I don't know what it was about it. I'm a big London person. I love the UK. I've never actually been. It's on my list of places to travel to. So I don't know if it was that, or it kind of gave me like Shadowhunter vibes, where you can travel between like the different places. And Cassandra Clare is like, I was a huge fantasy reader growing up. Like that's the only thing I would read. It's only been the last few years that I've gotten into contemporary romance and other reads. I would never read anything else other than fantasy. If it wasn't fantasy, don't talk to me. I don't want to read it. But it kind of reminds me of that, because that is one of my favorite books from my childhood that I read growing up as a preteen and teen and going into it. And the Shadowhunter series is always very close to my heart. I still think I have like 1 or 2 books in there that I need to finish, so I probably should get on that. But it kind of gave me those vibes, so I felt compelled. And I'm currently watching my cat. I have my Christmas tree that I have to set up this weekend, and he's trying to bite the box. Sorry guys, got a little distracted there. But that is those. So let's move on to the next set. Which ones are they? Okay, I went to, sorry, I'm separating the ones I got with my aunt and then the other ones because it was like 2 trips to Barnes & Noble. So then I went to Barnes & Noble on Black Friday. Those were like my 2 places that I decided to hit up for books. And I very quickly found some really good ones. There is one of them I've already read. It was just a special edition, but I figured I would include it in this book haul because I did pick it up while I was there. So the first one was Belladonna. This one just sounded really interesting to me. It's basically like she makes a deal with death, and I always think that those are very intriguing because it gives me supernatural vibes, and I just thought it was cool and it was different, and the covers are beautiful for these. Like, I think the next one's Foxglove if I'm not mistaken, and I was just very intrigued. I mean, give me a pretty cover all day and I'll be like, ooh, what are you about? But this is definitely, and yes, it is Foxglove. I definitely am going to be getting into this. Possibly not this month. It might be in the beginning of 2024 because I do have some books planned for this month that I'll talk about a little bit at the end of this video. Hopefully we get to everything. I'm planning on it, but these are longer reads, so it's taking me longer to finish them. Not because I don't want to. If you gave me like whatever time, I could finish them in a heartbeat, but you know. So moving on, I got What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, I apologize. This one I've been intrigued with for months because they said that if you love The Mummy, the 1999 one with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, you will love this book. And indeed, by reading it, she's like trying to discover what happens to her parent. There's an Egyptologist involved. They're going on this adventure to learn what happens about them, and the cover is just absolutely gorgeous. And then the Barnes & Noble edition, I love this. This screamed to me like Tarzan old. Look at this. Like, are you kidding me? The old portraits, excuse me, give me more. It gave me very big Rick and Evie vibes. Those are like one of my favorite couples. It is a top comfort movie for me. I watch it all the time. I love it. So this one was a no-brainer for me, so I picked it up, and this is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I do need to take the sticker off, but just so you know, this is YA as well. And so is Belladonna, just so you know. This next one is a special edition. I don't even know, yeah, you can kind of see it. The special edition of The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I did not read the Cruel Prince series this year. I read them last year. Addicted. Absolutely loved it. It is one of the books that actually convinced me to read books about like fae and stuff like that, because I wasn't really into it before. I thought that it was kind of like overhyped, wasn't really my vibes, wasn't into it. This convinced me otherwise. I love this trilogy. Jude and Cardan are some of my favorite book couples of all time. I literally think about them all the time. I love them. It's definitely a series I gotta go back and revisit. She has a few other book series or books that have come out since then that I need to get on and read, and they're gonna be in my 2024 because Holly Black is one of my favorite authors. I love the way she writes. I like her characters. I think they're great. And this special edition I had to snag because it's just gorgeous. Like, normally I'm not that person that buys a bunch of special editions. This one I saw and was like, that's an immediate buy. Don't even care. Have to get it. Moving on from there, the last one that I got on the Black Friday one is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. So I follow Sarah Caroli, and I actually follow Lauren Roberts for like the whole time on TikTok that she's been talking about writing this book. And I didn't grab it when it first came out, but I saw this in Barnes & Noble and was like, I need this book. I've heard really, really good things. Everybody says it's phenomenal. It's like The Hunger Games meets a bunch of different genres, and everybody really likes it. And I remember reading when she was describing it to you on her TikToks, I was like, oh, that's a must buy for me. Sounds amazing. And I'm so proud of her, and I think she did such a great job. And the cover is stunning. Like, I love this. This is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to read it. I'm hopefully gonna try to get to that one this month, but you'll see why. I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna try. And then moving on to the last set of books that I have for you guys today. I went with my aunt, like I said last week, or excuse me, earlier this week actually, before she left, to go pick out books for Christmas. So I'm gonna get into those right now. So the first one I picked up is The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I hope I didn't butcher your name. This one is really interesting to me. I've heard a few people talk about this on their channels, and basically it's about this girl that is in this prison and she has to heal the prisoners. the title. But there is a war going on, and there is a rebel queen that comes in, and she has to heal her, but then she ends up, the rebel queen has to do all these tasks, and the main character actually ends up doing them for her. So I thought that concept was like super intriguing and super cool. So I was like, yeah, I definitely need to read that. So pick this up. This is the first one in the series. It's now completed. There's 3 of them. So I've heard the first one's a little slow, but I will try to power through. They said it picks up like halfway through, so hopefully, but this sounds intriguing. Moving on to the next one. The House of the Cerulean Sea is not something that I would have anticipated picking up, to be honest. I was actually watching, again, Sarah Caroli's video, and she said that she had heard really good things about this and that a lot of people were talking about it, and she read it and she thought it was super cute. And it's basically about this guy that like deals with like magical people and everything, and he goes to this one that's supposed to be like more dangerous, and it actually ends up being these kids that have like super abilities, but they're not really that dangerous. It's just that their abilities are considered dangerous. I know that I'm like really excited for this. It just sounds like comfy and cozy and like a nice comforting read. If you didn't know, have extremely bad anxiety, so having something like this, that's part of the big reason I've always, I think, been a reader, is because I just love the escape that it offers me. I can just get out of my immediate situation and just kind of go away for a little while, and I don't have to think about my own stuff. Pretty sure that's why a lot of us are readers, but just so you know, I love the cover of this. It's so cute and cozy looking, and the cashier told me that it's one of his favorite books, so I can't wait to read this. I'm so excited. And then I have a couple more. So after I finish, which you guys didn't know because I haven't told you in here, I decided I've been reading ACOTAR since this summer. I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses, I think July-ish. And then August, I did A Court of Mist and Fury. And then I just finished A Court of, oh my God, Echo War. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name. You know what I'm talking about, the 3rd one in the series. And so I am now on A Court of Frost and Starlight, which is also technically in this haul, but it's in my backpack and I didn't feel like digging it out, you know, cramps this morning. But these are the ones that I picked up with my aunt. These are the last 2. So I picked up The Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass. I actually have Throne of Glass in the old, like they call it the Warrior Princess cover. I bought it like a while ago. Before these editions came out, and I actually like those covers a lot better, but I didn't know that they were getting rid of them, or I would have bought the whole series in that. But I did hear that Assassin's Blade, like this one, I tried to read this one, like the beginning of this one a while ago, and I didn't really understand, like felt like I couldn't like really get into it, and I've been told that sometimes it helps to read, if you're having a hard time, reading the Assassin's Blade first, because this is technically a prequel. There's some debate about what order to read them in. Some people say 3rd, some people say 4th. You can read them as whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm gonna read this first after I finish the ACOTAR series, and then this one, because I think it will help me to understand and relate to the main character. But I'm really excited to start these because I've heard that everybody really likes these, and I need to get on it because then the 3rd book, The Crescent City, the 3rd one, comes out this year. So at first I didn't really understand the hype between this world, and now I officially do, and I'm loving it, and I think about it all the time. I think about the characters all the time. I haven't decided which Bat Boy is my favorite yet because I'm waiting to finish it. So, and then of course we have the 6th one coming out this year, so I'm very excited. Very, very excited. The last book I picked up actually yesterday, so I'm gonna share it in here. Like I said, I'm on A Court of Frost and Starlight right now, which is perfect because it is the holiday season, so it just makes it all even better. But I picked up A Court of Silver Flames. So I had some leftover cash from my aunt's book haul for me, and I decided to pick this one up. I am so excited for Nesta and Cassian's story. I love her quippiness. I like their relationship. There's a lot of people that I love that have said that she is their favorite character and that they relate to her so much more than Feyre. I don't know if that will be the case with me. I obviously have to read this to be able to give you my final thoughts, and I'll do a whole video on the ACOTAR universe, excuse me, after this, and the characters obviously. I want to say and preface this that I do feel like I can relate to Feyre. I do see though where I could relate to Nesta in a lot of instances, and I'm waiting for more of her backstory, more of why the way she is that she is. I know a lot of people were really put off by her and her attitude. I am not. I like her. I think she's cool. I think she has her reasons for why she is, and I can see myself in her sometimes in just the little descriptions that I've gotten of her. So I'm excited to see who is the character that I relate to the most. I know it would probably, right now, it would be between Feyre and Nesta. I'm not really into Elaine. Elaine I don't really relate to whatsoever. I know hopefully we're getting a book with her, and then whoever I don't want to give away spoilers, whatever happens with her and her story. But I am really, and my cat is grabbing a hair tie. Hold on, let me grab that from you. Sorry. Those are all the books though that I have on the haul that I just had. I know there's quite a few of them. My goal for this month, I was gonna tell you at the end of this video, is to finish reading ACOTAR. I think it can be done, and then hopefully get in another book in there. It's just that they're so large, and like I said, I am still helping take care of my mom, so I have to squeeze those in when I can. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do, don't hold me to it because things can change at a moment's notice with her, but hopefully, fingers crossed, I am going to be, this is my cat by the way, hopefully fingers crossed, I am going to be doing, I think I'm gonna do the 12 days of Vlogmas, so like December 12th to Christmas Eve, and then go from there, because I do have some time off coming off from them. That's the other thing, work has been really busy, so I haven't really had any time to kind of like sit down and do stuff. But yeah, I cannot wait to give you guys more videos. I can't wait to edit this one and put it up for you to see. And this time I really do promise I am back. I'm making a concerted effort to at least make up to 1 to 2 videos a week. I don't want to overpromise. I'd love to say I could give you 3. I don't know yet. I'm gonna try at least 1 a week for now, and then see where that takes us, and then hopefully 2, and we'll just keep building. But yeah, I miss you guys. I love you. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want to let me know what your like December reads are, like what's your favorite one, and if you have already read ACOTAR, tell me who your favorite character is and why in the comments. But without further ado, I really appreciate it. I love you guys. I hope you're having a good morning, day, night, whatever time of day you watch this. I hope you're having a good time, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye.